Hi, this is Crystal from Money Saving Mom, and today we're continuing the 31 weeks to a better grocery budget. I promised you last week that I'd give you a little peek into my stockpile because we were talking about buying ahead. And so as here you can see, this is where I keep all of our household and beauty products, medicines, cleaners. This is where it all goes at our house. And whenever we were looking at this house and I opened up this closet and I saw this, I thought, that is a stockpile closet. Now, I know many of you don't have the luxury of having a closet that you can devote to a stockpile. And so I know a lot of times people argue and say, well, I can't buy ahead because where am I going to put this stuff? Well, if you live in a really tiny space, it's probably true. You probably cannot keep 3 to 6 months or even a year's worth of things at your house because you probably don't have space. But you can be creative with even a small living space. You can be creative. You could consider there are tubs that you can buy at the dollar store or Walmart that you can stick underneath your bed, and that would be great for putting household supplies, provided you don't have little children who could get into cleaners or something. You always want to think about that. Or you could install shelving at the very top of a closet that it's unused space. You might as well use it. Or you could think of cabinets or cupboards somewhere that aren't being used, or there's a little bit of space and you could put a box in there, or you could stacks of boxes in there. Just be creative and start thinking outside the box, and you might find that you have space to be able to store at least 4 to 6 weeks worth of stuff, or maybe even more. When we lived in a small apartment, I used the shelves above our washer and dryer. I put laundry soap up there, and then there was a lot of extra space, and so I found that by putting things in boxes and stacking them, I was actually able to keep well over 200 products up there, household products, so they were just two little cupboards, but by stuffing things in and being really creative about squishing everything in, I was able to keep a lot of supplies on hand without it taking over our apartment. So those are just some ideas. I'd love to hear what creative ideas you have for storing your stockpile and how you do it. So maybe you could tell us about that in the comments. And then next week, we will be talking more about the buy ahead principle and about using your stockpile and how to make sure that you don't waste it. So I'll see you then.